All right, prepare yourself, guys. This is Chris with T3 Media's fan sharing, entertaining news, honest reviews, the latest in movies, TVs, trailers, and more by talking through the medias. I'm going to, we're doing more things right now on social media with Twitter and Facebook. Also with our up and coming, it's a slow burn with the Patreon page, but there's more for that later. But we are back on the podcast version of the show. So whenever I record something right here, on our YouTube channel, there will be something also if you're already listening right here on SoundCloud, which is also connected to our iTunes page. Just go to T3 Medias anytime that you're looking for me on whatever version of social media outlet, whatever you're used to. Odds are it's probably going to be at T3 Medias. So there's a conversation that's been going on lately about this whole thing with the with Popeyes chicken. There's a new chicken sandwich that's going on right here, there, right? And is it better than Chick-fil-A? Look, there's the one thing that's been cracking me up the most lately. My fiance, she comes in, she's all excited about it. Look, and if you guys know Joe, like if you know me, I'm an average brother, but I'm a little bit on the geeky side. I grew up liking the things that I like. So some of the things that people would think like stereotypical that I would like, I just don't like. I liked Martin, but I was a mega fan of Seinfeld. I liked MTV. I do not like BET. I do like chicken and watermelon though. It's just delicious. I'm sorry. But this whole thing that's going on with this new chicken burger or chicken, what's going on? Is it better? And then you see these brothers on Facebook. They're like, no, ain't no way it's gonna be better, right? It's just no way. Then she shows me this, and she gets excited when she sees these things. I'm telling you, man, the things that I'm stereotypically supposed to like and be a fan of. My fiance is on it. She's white, but she got soul. So she's in the room minding her own business, and she has to rush across the house to tell me, Chris, look at these fools right here. So she shows me these two brothers that's doing a reaction. They're gonna taste test these chicken sandwiches. So they take a bite of the Chick-fil-A first, and they talk about this is the king. Yeah, it's what everybody goes through. Then they take a bite of the Popeyes version. And she says that that Popeyes pretty much ripped off Chick-fil-A's, but they just got the buns, they got the chicken, and then you got like two pickles. Just like, I'm like, well, that's Chick-fil-A. So when these two dudes took a bite of the Popeyes burger, they freaked out. They were like, whoa. Now, to me, maybe it's because they just took another bite of another chicken sandwich. I mean, if the recipe is exactly the same, maybe your mouth won't really know the difference. But these two dudes look like they was they knew the square root of a damn chicken sandwich, right? they broke it down. Their mouth was like, Brought them back to a time long ago at a family reunion when grandmama made that chicken strips that just everybody was going crazy for, and she saved him an extra piece. You could just tell that these dudes were transported way back in time, right? And it was funny. I'm like, really, dude? Really? Is it that good? You gonna make me go back? Now, see, there's another thing. Now, I hope this is who I think it is. Yes, it is Joe. This is what I was hoping for. I timed this perfectly. Let me see if I can get him on the phone where you guys can hear it. Hey, Joe.
Going on?
You hear me pretty good?
Yeah, what's up?
Man, so look. So I'm in my office, right? And I'm getting some work done. And I just got to telling this story a second ago. Joy comes rushing into the office, like laughing her ass off. So I'm like, okay, she's got something on her phone that she wants to show me real quick, because she does that a lot on Facebook. And it's these two brothers who are doing a taste test of Chick-fil-A and Popeyes. I was like, damn it, Joe was just telling me about this.
Yeah, the guy Kev on stage, right?
No, these guys already had there were just two guys at a desk, and they just brought those two sandwiches.
One of the guys was wearing a Dodgers hat, right?
I wasn't really paying attention. We was just kind of fast forwarding to the funny parts and reading the comments. And they ate the Chick-fil-A first, and then they ate the one dude said something pretty funny that was kind of interesting. He was like,
Oh,
He's
he
like,
said I had both of them in my mouth. Yeah.
he's like, no, he put the Polynesian, whatever the sauce that he likes on the Chick-fil-A. He's like, well, don't you want to eat it raw? Like eat it, I mean raw, but eat it the way it's natural. He's like, no. If you're gonna try to come at the king, you're gonna have to come at the king when he's at his best.
Yeah,
And
you watched the same exact video.
okay, so
That's Kev. The guy on the left is a comedian. His name is Kev on stage because, of course, he ain't gonna go by like, Kevin Hart, or Kevin whatever, because there's already a Kevin out there. So
yeah,
he just goes by Kev on stage.
so they and the way they and the comments that Joy was reading was what was cracking her up. Like and I might not. I go to when I go to Chick-fil-A. They treat me like Beyonce, but when I go to Popeyes, you never know if a fight's gonna break out and shit like that.
Yeah, that was the same video then. Yeah.
So I mean, I'm like, dude, is that why Joe kept? It was like you were. The thing was though, we were playing a video game, and you wasn't telling us why you were asking this damn question. I mean, you kind of mentioned the video you saw a little bit, but you knew.
Well, I mean, I didn't want it to drag on because I know Kim's like she wants to play. That's why I didn't really talk about it more than that.
I was like, I thought you were having like an issue. I'm like, dude, like, is this motherfucker hungry?
No, they're sold out everywhere. All around there's 3 Popeyes near me, all sold out.
Are you serious?
Yeah, they're sold out everywhere right now. They don't have any.
Let me tell you something right now. Okay. So maybe just for the sake of a competition, they're gonna have some they're gonna come at them for Monday through Saturday. But let me tell you the day that you really hardly ever gonna get one of those sandwiches is on Sunday, when even the Chick-fil-A fans who probably are like, nah, it's not better than Chick-fil-A, even they are gonna get their asses out of church and go straight to Popeyes. Might skip a
Right.
they don't. It won't even matter if it's the hood Popeyes or not. It's gonna be the most church going Christian dude. He's gonna push everybody out the way and trying to get that fixed because Chick-fil-A got that form. Joyce says that it's almost the same exact sandwich as the buns, chicken, and 2 pickles. Is that true?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's thicker than
Snickers.
the chicken sandwich. It makes the chicken sandwich, the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich, look plain.
So you get a bigger piece.
The bread is like, I think they said it was kind of a garlicky bread, and it was just, they said they couldn't believe it. It just tasted good. The guy on the right who was like, he knew someone in marketing.
Uh-huh.
And he said that he had first talked about it back in February because he was like, yeah, I remember you mentioning something about it.
Uh-huh.
He didn't say anything like to the public, but he told the guy next to him about it. And he was like, "Dan, you knew about this back in February." He's like, "Yeah, they were working on something big."
Yeah, it sounds like they got a bunch of Chick-fil-A sandwiches, studied it. They probably had a dry erase board and a bunch of brothers in there trying to figure out, like I said earlier, the square root of a piece of chicken and like trying to figure out why. But everybody in the comments kind of confirmed what really is going on. I mean, people really are loyal to Chick-fil-A because of the service. Now, whether the reason why those people are so mild mannered is because they know how to hire, they can weed out people who might embarrass the company, and they know who to hire and who not to hire. Maybe it's because they pay those employees better than any other place. I've heard a lot of things. I heard that it's probably a nightmare working over there because it's so strict and uptight. But it's that customer service, that politeness that you get from them is the reason why it's so popular. But if Popeyes has cracked the code, and it don't matter how hood or ghetto that franchise is, it's that means they're putting something in that chicken, like they probably always have, to make people get addicted to it, the flavor, just probably the way Chick-fil-A did in the beginning. I mean, it's something in the recipe that's probably the most unhealthy thing that you can imagine. That's making it so addictive. If it's better than Chick-fil-A, in my opinion, it's probably like 3 bites diabetes. I don't know, man. I don't know. You said you haven't tried it yet?
Nah, but that's why I was asking. Oh, I really wanted to try it. I think it came out like Monday or something.
Not everybody. Like you were the first person. I mean, this today's the first time I ever heard of it. I mean, I don't like I said, I don't go to Popeyes,
Yeah, I mean, it's the first time I heard about it today too. That's why.
but it was the first time you heard about it. But you couldn't stop talking about it though. You're like, hey, JJ, Sean, have you tried that chicken? And like, no, Chris, have you
I was
tried
like,
it?
hey, ask Adele, did she try
You ask a man to ask his wife.
it? And then he gonna be like,
That was
wait,
messed
you
up.
didn't tell me.
That was messed up. They be like, hey, Sean, you tried that chicken sandwich? No, ask your wife. Ask your wife. She tried it. Now, what would you have done if she'd have said yes?
I'd have been like, was it better than Chick-fil-A?
You don't ask a man to ask his wife to give you the details like that on the phone. What you do?
No, it's only a yes. It's two yes or no questions. There ain't no details about yes or no questions.
Man, but yeah, okay, so yes or no question, but you on the other side drooling the way you were so excited. Like,
Well, I mean, I just need an honest opinion because I just want to see if it's all hype or not. But apparently, it's supposed to be pretty good.
Kim said she was gonna. Your girl said she was gonna go get one. Is she gonna do it?
No, that's the thing. I called three places after we got
Oh
home. They were all
yeah,
sold out.
it's sold out.
So I sold her. I saved her three trips. She didn't believe me, and then I called them back, or I called two of them.
No.
I called one while she was in the bathroom, and then when she came out, I called the other two, and I was like, "Yeah, they're gone."
Dang. So at least in the immediate area that you're in, Popeyes is all sold out. I wonder if I'm in the Woodlands, so I wonder.
Well, the west side is sold out too because
that's Southwest Houston. That's
one of the realtors I sponsor. He has a company in Spring Branch, and he's always been real big on chicken. Like he does that Tuesday, 2-for-1 Tuesday for Popeyes. He goes to Chick-fil-A. He goes to churches.
Oh, he got chicken Groupons, huh?
He just likes fried chicken in general, and he I told him about it, and I was surprised he didn't even know about it. But then he put a video out saying that he was calling different Popeyes, and they were sold out. There was one Popeyes I called. The guy just picked him and said, "No, we're out of spicy chicken, spicy and mild."
Man.
And hung up.
Oh man, that means he got that question all day. That's probably he probably already had the answer ready. Thank you for calling Popeyes. We are sold out of the chicken, spicy and mild. And then all of a sudden he hears click click.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was that serious. I bet people calling. They're gonna start calling Chick-fil-A. Hey, y'all got that new Popeyes spicy chicken sandwich? That's probably half of the reason why it's well, that would only benefit Popeyes. I was about to say they try to.
I mean, the hype about it is real. So I mean, either way, even if it does taste bad, it's got a lot of publicity now, and it's gonna probably do some damage either way.
With it being sold out a lot, yeah, it's just gonna make people want it more.
I mean, if it's like good, then it's. I mean, I don't know. It's for Chick-fil-A, I think there were some charts out not too long ago about the fast food chain and the numbers, and Chick-fil-A, for having like the smallest amount of stores, they held their own. I think compared to I think they only had like
they focused on customer service.
Yeah, they had like 18,000 stores compared to like millions of stores versus McDonald's, but their per capita was just as high because they were consistent with their sales. Damn. And so I could only imagine if they were open 24/7, they would probably blow everybody out the park.
Maybe, but then they probably don't want to deal with the type of clientele that's coming up there at 3:00 in the morning.
Yeah, that's true.
They were like, "Sir, we can't serve you chicken, but we'll pray for you, sir. Please move along. Please get out of the drive-thru." So what else is that's all. That's what I want. So I remember last time we talked, we said we were gonna try to holler at each other about are you wait, when is the WWE? Let me just switch topics just abruptly on you. When is the WWE coming back to Houston again? You said, is that Royal Rumble?
Yeah, in January. Well, they were just here recently for a live show, but
are you going?
But yeah, the next major event is going to be Royal Rumble.
And you said you're going?
I'm going to try, hopefully. I want to. Hopefully, if they have some type of, even if I don't go, I would like to go to some type of access that they might have. But I don't even think tickets are on sale though yet. I don't
Well,
think it
that's
will
good.
be until like
Maybe,
another
maybe
another month or
Sun,
so.
yeah, maybe September or October at the latest. I
Yeah, I would like to go to an access type thing, but I don't know if that's only for WrestleMania or if they do it for the other major ones like Royal Rumble, SummerSlam.
That's the one thing about wrestle. That's the one thing about the WWE I like is that I think they do it. Well, no, it is once a year because it's mostly for WrestleMania. That's like their version of Comic Con, right? It's like
Yeah.
when WrestleMania is coming out, they do that wherever the city that it's happening in. They do that whole thing with the fans come and meet and greet because they do a meet and greet thing. I think every week, but I mean it's at a lesser. They pretty much have a mini Comic Con thing happening everywhere they go with every show. They do that before the days before leading to almost every show because that's just money and people want to do it and then not everybody has the ability to go out. They might be able to afford a Raw, but they won't have the ability to afford a main event like that. But that's like their version of like D23 and Comic Con, San Diego Comic Con and New York Comic. That's the equivalent of that, right? If I'm thinking about it right, because I've never been to one either.
If I'm not mistaken, I think once you get there's a limited amount of tickets that are sold for something like that.
Uh-huh.
So if you get one, you're guaranteed an autograph from everybody that's there.
Did I ever tell you that my mom just wrote a letter to the WWE and asked for like autograph pictures and stuff and got it and got them in? Back when I was a kid, like she just wrote him a
No, I
letter.
don't remember.
Yeah, she just wrote him a letter. Just talked about how much we were a fan and how we got into it and how she was into it and all that stuff. And then they sent us tickets. They said no, I won those tickets on one of those little boxes that was like at a fast food, like a McDonald's or something. You put your name in the box and then I won those tickets. My mom says that's how she got into wrestling. We won those tickets. She took me to the show, and then she became a wrestling fan. And then since then, that's
Oh,
when we've been watching. That's why she's been watching it regularly and loyally ever since. Then she wrote a letter into the WWE. They sent us autographed stuff. Then after that, a little bit when they came back to Houston, I don't know how she met Ahmed Johnson. They started dating for a while, and then that ended. and then
yeah.
I was like, man, you couldn't pick the right. You couldn't. Oh man, Farouk was right there. You couldn't get him.
All right.
But
Yeah, I almost patted Kevin Owens on the back, but I completely missed. I have the snap on it. I was real close to him, and he kind of moved forward as I leaned over to pat him, and I almost lost my footing, and
I
I'm
almost
glad I
fell
caught
out.
myself.
Yeah, security would have been on your head.
Yeah.
He's attacking
So
Kevin Owens. Get.
I could tell they were setting up for a corner shot. They didn't film, they didn't put it on TV. It was kind of more like the back camera that caught it, and the
Yeah.
TV didn't. I think the reason why, because cameraman didn't stay with Kevin Owens, so it would have been a bad shot. So they probably just did a wide shot. Because I've seen them do that sometimes when they go to the corner and they're running off and there's still a match. They'll just wide shot it, and I think that's what they did. Because when I went to go back and watch it on SmackDown, they didn't show that angle, but you could tell they were setting up for something because while the match was going on, they opened up the barricades and then they kind of cleared a path and they told no one to walk, and they had the camera crew set up, and then it was at the time when Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn were forming an alliance against Shane McMahon and
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Daniel Bryan when they were the co-managers of SmackDown.
And that was the last time you went to a live event. Or was that the
Yeah,
first
it's been
time
a
you went
while.
to
That
it?
was
Was
in
that the first?
July
Was that the first time you ever
of
went to a live show?
No, I went to Raw and SmackDown back by myself in like 2001,
Mm.
2002 or three during the Attitude Era. I went to a
Yeah,
Raw. I
towards
went
the
to a
end of the
Raw
Attitude
show.
Era. Yeah.
I went to a SmackDown show, and then I went to with Yada SmackDown. So I've been to five, I think, altogether.
How many have I been to all together? Like two. I think two with my mother when I was a kid. One with my ex. One with you. I think four. Is that yeah, 3 or 4? No. Then when I four and four over here, and then when they came overseas. The last time they went to an active war zone when I was working overseas. So I saw a lot. Yeah, I saw Raw in Iraq. Something that probably no one ever will ever get to say ever again in the future.
The live, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you got to like meet Vince and all that other stuff.
Oh
So
yeah. Yeah.
yeah, that support for the troops. That's about as close and personal you're gonna get. You get more close and personal than the access. The access is
Hmm.
probably the closest the public gets.
Oh yeah.
But with
Yeah.
the troops, they're like talking with them. No, no,
I,
you
t-
know,
I
no
told you I told you about
guard.
what happened with how why the reason why I wasn't feeling and I wasn't liking John Cena for a while after that that did I tell you about that when they
I
came.
think he mentioned something like he did something that was kind of shady or something like that.
Yeah, I was like, it was the end of the week, and he was, I knew they were tired. They were about to get on that plane, that military plane, to take them back to the green zone and take them back home. And it was I know they were exhausted, but they did a final like shaking hands with the troops and stuff and little quick cameras, and all the girls wanted to take pictures with John Cena, and they would stand there next to him, he said cheese, 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 and then one girl wanted to give him a hug, and then he just like rolled his eyes. It was like there was this. I don't know why I can still see it in my head. I can still see it when this. It's like this. There was this black soldier, this very short girl, but she was very excited, and and she brought him in for a hug, and he was like, oh, the way he just kind of responded, like, damn, like I don't feel like being touched right now. I'm like, and then I just looked at that like.
Right.
I was like, dude, like, remember, I was hating on Sean. Ever since that day, I was hating on him for a long time. And I just got through taking a picture with him the day before. I was all like, yeah, this the dude right here. He's cool. But when I saw that, I'm surprised I didn't delete the picture. I was that mad. But then, like, that was with my memories too.
Yeah.
So I wasn't gonna. It took me a while to get over that. Every time John Cena came up, I always brought that up. I'm like, man, I don't know, man. See, like, he's good on when he knows the cameras are rolling and stuff. And well, yeah, he was one way, but. But he I don't know. Maybe she touched him on the butt or something like that. I don't know. Maybe that's why he rolled his eyes like that, because she got a feel or something. I don't know. I was in the front angle. I wasn't in the back, so I don't know.
I mean, I'm sure all the wrestlers have had their own. I'm sure none of them have a perfect record of things that have happened, or like they did that to when my brother went to New Orleans for WrestleMania 30. I mean, he wasn't there for WrestleMania 30. He just happened to be there while they were hosting it because he was gambling.
And he saw some wrestlers.
That was when he went to the bathroom, and he didn't. And then that's when he saw Big Show. But when Big Show, he was just like saying hi, and he's like, "You're not trying to ask for a picture in the bathroom and bother me right now, are you?" And he's like, "No, no, no, no." He's like, "I didn't even noticed or followed me into the bathroom." He's like, "No, I didn't even know who you were. Noticed you until I came in here because I needed to go." And then it was like, all right, but he was still cool enough after that, and he did a picture with him in the hallway.
He wiped his hands on your brother's shirt and
yeah, my brother's like about 6'1", maybe, or about I guess about 6'1".
That's still mini me compared to Big Show.
The photo, it was like he was towering over him.
Dang.
And he said that he was really, like, for such a big dude, he was trim and fit. You know, he wasn't like fat or nothing.
Yeah. So, yeah, Show has always been solid. I mean, now he's just getting older, but in the beginning, when he very first debuted, that dude was muscle.
Well, he even took some photos where he has a six-pack. He's taking photos where he's lifted his shirt, and I'm like, Jesus.
Yeah. I remember one time I saw Kane with a six-pack. That shocked me. I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
But what are you excited about for the like upcoming, like what do you think about that whole thing from Raw with like Braun Strowman and what's his name, the champ, Seth Rollins?
I didn't even watch it this week.
Oh,
I
shit.
heard it was good.
It was good. But it's like, Braun Strowman. You know what happened. It happens every week. The guy that everybody wants to fight the champ. They get into the ring. They look at each other. They talk a little bit, and then all of a sudden these other dudes come in, and all of a sudden now they're going to be in a tag team. It's like that thing happened again. But it happened in a weird, in a unique way. So Braun Strowman did that. He's talking to Seth. They talking about how much they respect each other and all that stuff. And he's like shaking his hand, and it was legit. I mean, Seth wasn't stupid. He was cautious, but he shook the man's hand. And it was legit. And then somebody else messed with them, and they did a tag team thing and had to team up. And then after it was over, that face to face, is Braun Strowman gonna betray him? Is he gonna do something to him? Like, no, it didn't happen. But he was still letting them know, I'm here. And they had this one conversation where he was like, look, we got to go out. We're gonna go out there. We got to do this. We got to do that. And then Braun Strowman starts like trailing off and looking at the belt, like while Seth is talking. And Seth is like, look, we can get to that later. But today we got to be a tag team. So you just follow my lead, and we're gonna be all right. And then Braun Strowman was like, no, you follow my lead, and we'll win. Like, and then they left, and Seth had to like laugh that off. But I'm thinking that, and I hope this is what happens. I hope that it's not like I'm going to portray you at the last second, the day before the main event. I want it to be like straight up, like, I'm giving you this title shot because I'm not afraid to fight you, and I respect you, and we cool. But when we get in that ring, it's gonna be what it is in the ring. But outside the ring, we cool. But inside, it's been a long time since I've seen a match like that, where it's not all about the gimmick and the story and all that. So I want to see Braun Strowman and Seth Rollins remain friends and remain respectful, shake hands and take care of each other. And then when they get in that ring, they go at it like animals. That's what so far it looks like, and that's what I'm hoping for. But who knows what the writers might make them do the day before the main event.
Yeah, Vince is he's been known to rewrite SmackDown lately a lot. Raw he's kind of been leaving alone, but SmackDown he's been rewriting. And I don't know if that's like a personal vendetta, because apparently the rumor was Eric Bischoff was running SmackDown, Paul Heyman was running Raw, and but who knows?
I can see that.
Never really know what happened. Like, the one thing, there's like little things like that they never really address. Like when Brock Lesnar all threw the title at him.
Yeah, I saw that
at WrestleMania.
Yeah,
and they like mentioned it for like all they did was throw it. He threw the title
right at Vince, and Vince was like, "Hey, asshole."
Yeah, and they never once talked about it, so it kind of makes you wonder.
Well, yeah, they got
if it was real or not.
It probably was real. If they didn't talk about it, it was real, and Vince made sure to make sure that all the reporters and all the people that's writing for him and all that stuff don't bring it up, because he's in a situation where I can't afford to fire you right now. If Brock Lesnar went way too far, Vince gonna have to do what he has to do, because he can't look weak in front of the other people. But they probably had their shouting match out in private. But Vince,
it'll be something that they'll surface in like 10 years or something.
Yeah, exactly. Something's there. That documentary is gonna come out later, like the Brock Lesnar doc, whatever.
Some people were saying about Brock is that he's like a yes sir, like they just cater to whatever he wants, and no one really has the balls to say anything otherwise. Like,
well,
they're in the back and they're talking about what he's gonna do. They kind of just cater to whatever he wants, and they kiss up to him.
He's one of the guys, like, just like Undertaker, can go up to Vince and be like, "Fuck that, I'm not doing it." Shawn Michaels used to have that power, but Shawn was known to be a team player, but he would complain all the way at the last second. And then right before the bell was about to ring, he'd go out there and do it, even if he didn't want to. He'd be complaining, and he'd be like, "Damn, Shawn's gonna sabotage everything." And at the very last second, then he'd be like, "All right, I'll do it." But
yeah, that whole screw job, he didn't want to do it, but he went
ahead with it.
He kept saying that, according to Bret Hart, Bret Hart was saying that Shawn Michaels was telling him that he knew nothing about it. He's like, "Nah, I think that was a lie. I think he knew. He just didn't want to hurt my feelings, or he went along with it because he team player." And
because originally Bret Hart wanted to win respectfully and then hand the belt over to him with honor, and whatnot. But Vince didn't want that image of him taking away the belt and leaving as the champion, because it doesn't matter that you're not an employee no more. Yeah, you win every time you win a title, you get a real gold replica of it for you to take home with you and keep forever. and all that good stuff. He's always going to keep that belt, but the image on TV, you can't have the fans knowing Bret Hart is a WWE champion and he's at WCW right now. That's what Vince couldn't have happen. He couldn't have the image of that because that's all people would talk about. So he had to do what he had to do. But Bret didn't just. I mean, I think it would have been a better story. It just would have. It honestly just would have helped WCW out too much if Vince would have let Bret do what he wanted to do. Like if he would have won, he would have got on the microphone, talked a little bit. You guys know I'm leaving, but I'm leaving as the champion, but I'm gonna leave the belt here, the title here, and then then y'all can do with the title what y'all need to do. But this was my last day. But it still would have had WCW still would have had bragging rights and would have been like, we have the WWE champion, the real undefeated, undisputed WWF champion. And Vince could not have that. Not in the middle of the Monday Night Wars. No, Vince couldn't do that. He just couldn't. It was fucked up. But obviously, at the end of the day, he obviously did what needed to be done.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess. I mean, listen, he bought WCW afterwards, so obviously everything that he did worked out. But who knows? That could have been the boost that WCW needed to solidify and beat WWF. That could have been
right.
Ted Turner. Ted Turner could own WWF right now.
That's why Vince didn't allow it.
Yeah, that was his nightmare. That's what he foresaw. Vince probably woke up screaming, thinking about it. He probably had a vision of Ted Turner. Welcome to my WWF, and I got my DX boys over here, and they're gonna fight with pumpkins on their head. It's like Halloween Havoc, and then Vince was like, "Fuck that, no." Bring me that referee. I got an idea. Vince wasn't having it, but yeah. Oh well. Who else you excited? What about my girl Sasha Banks? Remember when I thought Sasha Banks was gonna be the female equivalent of like The Rock or Stone Cold?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think? You think that's still possible with that comeback that she did, or?
I think it still is because
nobody predicted Becky Lynch would be the man.
Well, not only that, but the fact that she came back and the way she came back and trying to build her as a good heel. So
she's better as a heel.
Maybe depending on how much storyline she's given, but maybe she could be the boost for giving Becky her her bounce back or her rivalry, because I think Ronda Rousey may be done for a while. You heard about what she did to her finger, right?
Mm-mm. What she do?
It was like hanging by a thread. She nearly severed it on an episode of 911. I think she was doing 911
on that TV show.
And
no?
Like a boat hit it, or a boat door or something. But
it almost tore her. It almost tore her finger off.
Yeah, she almost tore off her whole finger. Yeah, Jesus. Like her index or her middle finger, one of them. How do you put that back together with it? I guess surgery. I guess if you do it, if it's fresh enough, I guess the bones will still because you know what? Because they're clean breaks with legs, and you're still able to put that back together as well. But I mean, like the nerves and all that stuff. How do those nerve endings? Sometimes hours, or they have to redo the nerving and the nerves. And
you think the nerves have to find each other again on their own or something like that?
Do what?
Like in another situation, do you think like the nerves have to find themselves? I don't know. That's like, I guess you're right. There's probably a bunch of surgery.
They have the technology to do it on certain body parts. Like, of course, they have them. They're still trying to work out the head part. I think that I don't even think that guy was successful or even did it yet. But yeah, as far as like limbs and everything, even when it's detached, I think they have up to a certain amount of time
where they can reattach
it before it goes dead or whatever.
Yeah, maybe. That's funny. That's
yeah. She already broke her hand at WrestleMania, and then now she broke her finger. So
I'm pretty sure she was well, I mean, it's a hand. I mean, you could definitely want it to heal and protect it for as long as you can. But
yeah,
I don't foresee her. I didn't even foresee her coming back that soon anyway. I didn't think that. I think this whole thing with because Becky, she didn't lose her belt to Becky. She lost her belt to that 3-way match. So what people are going to want to see is how it's going to turn out between her and Sasha Banks to see who's worthy of a return of Ronda Rousey. But I didn't know that. Oh man, speaking of, you know what? All right, let me talk about what's it called? What's that? What's the other the other wrestling organization, the new one?
AEW.
Yeah, and their women's division, they got what's her name? That black girl that black woman that left for long. That was only with the WWE for a short amount of time. Then she left because she went to go have a baby, and then she's back with them. She's with AEW now. Was it Karma or something like that? Was that her name?
Oh, the Funkadactyls.
No, no. It was she was a solo. She was a solo person. She was heavier set. And she was there for just for a little. Remember, her music would play. It would be like her laughing and like breaking the head off of a doll, and then she would come in and just wreck shop whoever was in the ring. It was, I think her name was Karma. And let me look this up real quick. But is it Karma? I want to say Karma, but watch, it's not. Watch, I'll be way off. Yeah, Karma, Kharma. Karma WWE theme song, bad Karma. I guess you gotta Google it because yeah.
Yeah, I need to look it up.
Awesome Kong. That's her name now.
Her name's Awesome Kong.
Awesome Kong. But her name, I remember her name was Karma back in the WWE when she was with the WWE. And like she's kind of like she feel like, I think that's the void that Nia Jax feel like when Karma left, because she was only with the WWE for a couple of weeks to a couple of months, and then she announced that she was leaving because it's Awesome Kong for. Wait, it says something about her faking a pregnancy. She said something about she was pregnant, about to start a family, and I'm seeing something right here that says something like she was faking a pregnancy. What the hell? WWE still upset at Awesome Kong for faking her pregnancy. What? Awesome Kong wrestled in the WWE for a very short time as Karma, but she left the company without making much of an impact. With Evolution coming up soon and WWE looking to bring in a ton of female talent, her name came up in the WWE wrestling radio appearance. Dave Metzler revealed that the company probably hasn't gotten over how Kong left WWE in the first place. After all, she did fake a pregnancy to get out of work and then just never came back. It says, jeez. Yeah, I think they haven't gotten over the fact that she was pretending to be pregnant when she wasn't. That really, the story is somewhere in the pregnancy. She lost the baby, but she still pretended to be pregnant for months and didn't come back and didn't tell anyone. Okay, so she didn't really lie, but she probably lost the baby and just kept well, you know what? It takes people some time to get over something like that.
Yeah.
Because and if she probably got the inkling that WWE didn't give a damn. Oh, you're not pregnant anymore. I guess what? We'll see you next week. Then she was probably like, well, no, fuck you. Like some women do need to mourn. Like they don't care if it was only for a couple of months, a couple of weeks, or if your child was 18, 25, 50 years old. That's still they still probably gonna feel. Some women feel exactly the same way as it would be if a baby was born and grown. It's still a loss. So maybe that's why. I mean, that's why I say that's why I call my thing talking through the media. I always got to read between the lines and kind of like pick out what maybe really happened. Because if they came at her wrong, like, yeah, we'll see you tomorrow. So maybe she was like, but it's hard when it says right here, it's hard when you're a company and someone does that to go, okay, let's give you your job back. If you're John Cena, you can get away with it, but he's probably not getting pregnant. Yeah, but see right there, that little statement right there. But John Cena can never ever experience something like that. John Cena is a man. He will never be able to get pregnant. He will never know how it feels to be pregnant. You have a life inside of you, and whatever your background and your emotional state is on that subject matter when you lose the baby. So
yeah. Hey, let me Hit me up in a little bit. Kim's calling me.
All right, bro. Appreciate it.
All right.
All right, later. But I'm gonna just to finish it off with this stuff because I never knew this, man. This is probably old news to a lot of wrestling fans, but I'm reading this for the first time. So somebody else says that's basically it. She had already lost the baby, and she was still telling them that she was pregnant. So it's kind of like they kind of think you're kind of a nutcase. But now that she's on Glow, and if that is her, is that her? Is that actress? I gotta go with that. That's why I recognized her. Karma is a hell of an actress. She is good. I knew I recognized her. 3 years I've been watching this show. And I know Kia Stevens, American professional wrestler. Kia Stevens is an American professional wrestler and actress currently signed to All Elite Wrestling under the ring name Awesome Kong. She is known for her time with Total Nonstop Action Wrestling, WWE, where she took the ring name Karma, and the Japanese circuit, where she is known as Amazing Kong. Wow, I cannot believe I didn't. All these years I'm looking at that damn show, and I did not deduce those two little things, that the reason why she looks so familiar to me. And then she goes right back in the ring, and she's right back at it again. Well, good. Well, you know what? Out good for you. I'm glad that you were able to, like, honestly, let me tell you exactly how I think what's going. Like, look, if the WWE, whoever was the rep that was in charge of taking that phone call, I don't care if it was Vince McMahon himself, if you came at her wrong right after something like that, you won't give her time. Maybe that's why she said what she said, or pretended the way she pretended. But if but to right now in this article, you just putting out on blast. I'm looking at this thing. It says ringsidenews.com. And it's pretty much, this is a pretty much one-sided thing about faking a pregnancy. Well, you right here, you already said she really was pregnant. Like did you know at the time, or do you know exactly when she lost the baby? Well, then if she lost the baby the week before she made the phone call, then maybe she wasn't ready, and she probably wasn't ready for you to say, all right, maybe see you next week or next month or whatnot. The question is, do you think you'll be able to? How do you feel about it? Do you think you can come back? Do you want to come back? All that stuff. Give her time. But with the WWE being as busybody and hardcore as it is, if you came at her wrong, that's probably, I'd shoot. I'm not saying it's right to lie, but you know what? She weighed her options out, and she landed on her feet. So. I don't know, man. If y'all came at her wrong, that's probably why. She probably felt like she had to lie. I don't know. I wasn't there. The only time will tell if Karma comes back to the WWE for Evolution, but she's pretty busy as Kia Stevens, her real name, which she uses snag action gigs at the point of career. If you okay. So yeah, this article was written last year, a year ago. But, and I guess this was way before her debut with AEW. Well, now that solves that mystery. I'm sitting here watching season 1, 2, and 3 of Glow, and I'm thinking I could not shake where I knew Karma, and I'm sitting here watching her on TV, and it just wasn't connecting until I read this. That's why. Wow. So there's your legitimacy right there. Didn't WWE meet up with the actresses from Glow? WWE Glow. Didn't they? Yeah, Elisa Brie and the cast of Glow. Yeah, there they are. I remember seeing that episode. They're all together on SmackDown, and guess who's not there? Karma. Awesome Kong. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Vince was like, you can bring them all down here except Karma. She can stay down. She's not welcome. I can already tell that's exactly what happened. Wow. Well. And I think they did a lot of little things together. Here's a picture of them at ringside. I remember this. There's the actresses right there. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She was like, yeah, there she goes. No, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, yep. Everybody but Karma. They got them all there. And Karma was like, nope. And they were probably like, no, we didn't invite you. Wow. I cannot believe I didn't catch all of this. Why? I never caught this. I never put two and two together. Well, no, I know a lot about a little about a lot of things, but that slipped. That went way past me. Let me know what you guys think, man. That's crazy. Out of all the subjects that we covered, that me and I'm glad my boy Joe was able to call in and talk to me about these things. The whole chicken sandwich phenomenon, and you going crazy over that. You're licking your lips right now. Did you already push pause and you're already headed to Popeyes? The WWE stuff with this stuff going on. I mean, hey man, it's crazy. It is crazy what's going on. And like I said, always put your comments below. Share, like, hit the subscribe button. I appreciate you guys for getting us to 100 subscribers here on the YouTube channel. And we're also building our subscribers on our other outlets here on the podcast as well on SoundCloud. So just keep sharing. I'm going to be promoting it out there to people. So for advertisement, if you want to promote your outlet or your music or anything that you're doing, I could probably squeeze it right in. Like whenever I need a break to rest my voice up and whatnot, right in the middle of the show, or for some advertisement. There's look at the tiers on our Patreon page, and as well as just reach out to me and let me know what you want, something promoted, and we can work something out maybe. Other than that, just comment below, let me know what you think, and then until next time, guys, hey, peace.